Well, it's November 1st, and Kathy's getting ready for her surgery on her right biceps tendon and on her rotator cuff, which she injured climbing on the falls that you've seen in a previous video.
Hi. Yeah, welcome to season 2. This is our day 1 of season 2. This is how we're starting out. Yippee!
Now I'm going to go get my shoulder operated on.
Yeah. I thought it'd be a fun way to, kick off a new year.
Well, after Hawaii, this is going to certainly be another pinnacle of pleasure.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Okay, well, I think it's pretty much time to head out to the car, and we're going to head over to the hospital now.
Okay, let's do it. This is post-op day 3, and this was the day when my surgical dressing and stuff came off and I was able to shower for the first time as much as I could. Actually, Marvin had to do pretty much everything because I can't use this arm at all, and the dressing, that tape was on there so tight there's no way I could have gotten it off by myself. So that's all off. I was able to see where they've punched actually several holes in my arm, and we got all showered and clean except for my hair, obviously, but I don't really care. I'm not going out at this point anyway. This is the sling underneath here. I would show it to you, but I don't have anything on underneath it, so it would become an X-rated non-family video at that point. But one of these days I'll be able to show it to you and what it looks like, because I will have this thing on for 6 weeks. I didn't vlog on day 1 or 2, mostly because, well, the day of surgery I was actually done, but I don't really call it a reaction to the anesthesia. It was just I don't know, I just wanted to sleep all the time. I could not wake up. And then I did have some nausea associated with it, and they tried 3 different things to get me to quit barfing. And so that didn't really stop until later in the afternoon. My surgery was actually, they probably got me in the OR, about 9 o'clock, maybe a little earlier. And so once I got over the nausea, then I had to finally just convince myself just to go home because it was supposed to be same-day surgery. So managed to do that and got home. And then all day yesterday, I've just basically been sleeping. At this point, I basically have to just let everything heal for 2 weeks until I have my follow-up appointment with Dr. Barton. And then I believe after that point is when I will start physical therapy, because the muscle and the bone have to have, or is it tendon and bone? Tendon and bone, muscle and bone? Anyway, all that stuff in there that he's fixed has to have a chance to fuse together as much as possible before I start manipulating it. So that's where we are, day 3. Well, this is post-op day 9. And I am out of the rig for the first time. Yay! Been doing pretty well with the showering, and finally figured out clothing and all that stuff that I can wear. We've been working with manipulating the sling so it doesn't dig into me as much. And today I actually have on a long sleeve t-shirt, and that's helping a lot. And it's cold. It's pretty. The leaves are changing. Of course, they're almost all gone. And we are on our way to Knoxville today for just a little shopping, just get out of the rig and do something for a change. Looking forward to that. Not really sure what all we're going to do. I don't really care. Just wanted to get out of the rig. Today was also the first day I was able to put on a bra, which is a very big deal. And I wasn't sure I could get it under my arm, but I was able to today. So that helps me just feel better. Yesterday was the first day I had actually put on a shirt. Actually get my arm through it, and that was so nice, just to get a shirt on and not sort of be half draped and half naked. It was just not real pleasant. So I felt like a dog today when I was like, Kathy, want to go bye-bye? Yeah, want to go bye-bye. Let's go. Do want to thank my hubby for putting up with me during all this. But we've helped each other out quite a bit. We kind of have been taking turns having surgeries over the years, and we take care of each other. This one's been tough because I haven't been able to do much. I mean, I haven't had a right arm essentially, so he's had to do a lot for me. But he's been really good about helping me out. Not complaining too much, you know. He's been very good. Thank you, sweetheart.
You're welcome.
A trip to Kroger. Okay, to my kids, I apologize. Yes, I am going out in public like this. I could just hear them going, Mom, how can you do that? Okay, no bra, all right, but I'm covering up with this thing. And too bad, I'm getting out, okay? Give me a break.
The sunlight is good for her, I can tell you. Sutures are out.
Yes, they are.
What just happened?
Mostly they just took the sutures out from my 7 holes, and they snipped the ends on the one that's under my arm. The rest of that one will dissolve on its own. So, just a little bit freaked out because I don't like, you know, it's not that it really hurts, it's just uncomfortable and I freak out, so. But it's over. I'm okay now. I squeezed Marvin's hand a lot to take out my frustrations on that.
It didn't hurt too bad though.
Okay. Back from the doctor's office, I graduated. Phase 1 is I got to get rid of that pad thing that was between my arm sling and my body, and that has helped tremendously because that thing was really very uncomfortable. So now I'm down to wearing just the sling. Actually got fully dressed in regular clothes today. This is really unusual. Not going to last for long though. I'm getting back in my PJs after this. So now the deal is that I start physical therapy tomorrow, and I'm supposed to have 6 weeks of passive therapy, which means I really don't work the arm too much. It gets worked while I'm relaxed, basically. And then I do 6 more weeks of more active therapy, and then we'll see how it is. I have another follow-up with the doctor's appointment with the doctor in 4 weeks to see how I'm doing. I got my stitches taken out, as I mentioned earlier. That's it so far, so check in with you later. It is now 5 weeks since my surgery, and I thought I would give you an update. It's been kind of rough physically and emotionally. I've had good days and then bad days, as you kind of do with any surgery, but I think especially with orthopedic surgery, it gets very frustrating that you can't do things by yourself. Some days you can, maybe one day you can, and the next day you can't. You have to ask for help, and it's just very frustrating for someone who likes to be really independent. So I have pretty much quit wearing the sling for now. The physical therapist wants me to do more on my own. I go to see my orthopedic surgeon next week for my 6-week follow-up, and at which time I understand he's probably going to take the sling away from me anyway. But I'm beginning to use my arm more now, although it still hurts like heck to try and lift it forward. I still have a lot of work to do on it. Emotionally, this has also been very rough because we were not planning on spending our winter in Tennessee. It's much better to spend the winter in a warmer climate. Last year we were in Florida. It made a huge difference on my outlook in life. This winter we were supposed to be in Arizona, but when the decision came for having the surgery, it was, okay, do I go ahead and go to Florida, or do I go to Arizona and have the surgery? Which I probably could have, but then I would have had to found doctors in that area and schedule surgery, and I may not have even had the surgery by now if I had waited till then. So from that standpoint, I'm glad I went ahead and did it. Really couldn't do, somebody asked me, well, could you have done the surgery in Tennessee and then done your physical therapy somewhere else? Probably, but not really, because I still have follow-up doctor's appointments, and I just thought it was, and I started physical therapy 2 weeks after the surgery, which was when I had my follow-up with the doctor, and I felt it was important to keep a consistency. So in making this decision, it was an all or nothing. I do the surgery and the recovery, the physical therapy from wherever I am, whether it's Tennessee, Arizona, Florida, or whatever. So the decision really came down to timing. I just wanted to go ahead and do the surgery before I messed up the shoulder anymore. Plus I knew the doctors and the physical therapy facility, and just decided just stay in Tennessee. So it's okay. I don't like being in the cold weather. That is for sure. Not prepared for it because my cold stuff has been in storage. So we've had to go to storage and kind of pull some things out of there. Yeah, so makes it a little bit more complicated. Plus our Splendid washer dryer combo unit is, we can't use it right now because the dryer part is, apparently the vent is clogged and we can't get to it. Apparently the dryer, the machine, the unit has to be taken apart to be able to clean out the area that's clogged. We did everything that we could. This is really should be a whole different video, but I'll just throw this in anyway. We did everything we could to clear it out ourselves. So the point being that now we have to take our laundry to the campground laundry facility, which is really not handy with this arm. So that's become another factor of non-independence for me, which is really frustrating. But we'll get through this, and we should be on our way somewhere in a couple of months when I finish this, all my therapy, and I actually get released from the doctor and the therapist saying, okay, you're on your own now. The other thing I might mention is that since the surgery, I have been having to sleep in our new recliners. I don't know if you saw the video on replacing the recliners in the rig. Thank goodness that we did, because this has been my bed essentially for the past 5 weeks because I couldn't lay down. It hurt too much. So thank goodness we got these Lazy Boy recliners, because they have been comfortable. Yeah, it's an adjustment sleeping every night in a recliner, but there's no way I could have done that with the recliners that came with this rig. They were just way too uncomfortable. Just thought I would throw that in case you have to have surgery like this and can't sleep in the bed. I'm sorry I haven't been able to keep up with getting videos out to you, but with this surgery I haven't been able to use the computer. Mostly it's, well, because I can't lift my arm comfortably to use the keyboard, nor can I use a mouse. And even if I have everything down low, I did try putting the mouse in my lap, but because I not only had the rotator cuff repaired, I also had a bicep muscle that was completely redone. It has affected the fine motor skills of operating a mouse, and so I did try using a mouse one day, and boy did I pay for it. It hurt like crazy. So I said, okay, videos are going to have to wait for a while. So I do have several videos that I need to put together from our vacation that we took in Hawaii, and so I'm going to try and get to those as soon as I can. I also have a lot of other videos that I want to do as far as ending our season 1 and beginning our season 2 and all that kind of stuff. So eventually I will get caught up, but this has set me back. So hang in there. You'll see some more videos. And so that's where we are at the 5-week point. I'm at the 7-week mark now, post-surgery. My 6-week time period is when I went to see my doctor with the follow-up. He said I was doing really well and would probably have about 6 more weeks before my arm would be able to go straight up. I'm doing better. Watch this. Yes. Okay, so physical therapy is going well. I can see progress every day. I actually went today, got my hair done for the first time, hair colored and cut. You know, it's been 7 weeks. It was killing me. I was really dying to do that. Still can't drive yet. I'm not sure when that's going to happen, but if I had a car to drive, I probably could do it now because of the truck. The gear shift is way up high and I can't reach that, and then reaching over to the control panel and stuff like that. Not quite, I don't have that range of motion yet, but I'm getting there. Maybe a couple more weeks. Still not back in the bed yet. I kind of go back there and can make it for maybe 3 or 4 hours. It's really hard for me to get out of the bed is the problem. And a lot of that has to do with we have a really soft mattress topper, and it's just hard for me to get out of the bed even when I'm perfectly healthy. So we may be making some changes to that. I'm not really sure. But for now I'm still kind of in the recliner. The other good thing is that I am now able to start using my computer. I can use the mouse. It's not bothering me that much anymore. It hurts a little bit, but I've started to do some video editing. I've got a lot to do though. I'm not sure when I'm going to post this video versus our Hawaii things. The end of season 1 basically before I get on with the season 2 thing. So things may be a little out of order. I just want to get some things posted as I can because I know it's been a while since I've posted anything, kept you guys up to date. So I'm working on the editing as much as I can.
Tomorrow, Kathy will be 8 weeks out from her surgery for her rotator cuff. She's been making good milestones recently in physical therapy, and I'm going to let you hear from her what happened today and how she feels.
In celebration of this 8-week milestone, I'm feeling strong enough that I want to try and drive. I had a really good physical therapy session this morning, and he really worked on my arm, stretched it out, and I'm feeling strong enough that I can drive. So let's give it a try. Okay, seat belt. I've been able to, for the past week, especially a week or two, been able to put my seatbelt on by myself as a passenger, and that's a huge milestone. Marvin's already adjusted the rear view mirror for me because I can't quite reach up there yet. So far, so good. And I have to lean forward pretty far to be able to put it in drive because of this, giant truck thing. And we're off. This is good. I mean, this is how far up my hand is on the steering wheel. This is better than I was doing before my surgery. Driving feels pretty normal. I'm reaching over to do like radio and air and heat and all that stuff. That could be a little tricky, but that's okay. I had a bit of a breakthrough at my therapy session this morning at about this 8-week point. My arm isn't really hurting so much as I just don't have the range of motion on my own. And it's frustrating because I push myself on my exercises at home and it's just like my arm won't go any further. It doesn't really hurt, it just won't go any further. I'm at a point now where instead of fighting pain, I am just doggedly determined. I just said, look, I'm done with babying this arm and trying to make sure I don't hurt it anymore. I want the range of motion.
Well, little things. Last week I had to hand you your seat belt and help you fasten it. Now you're doing it on your own.
Yeah.
And each day you're making progress. And I really appreciate all the effort you're putting into it.
Last night when I was doing my exercises at home, and I was doing the wall washing, which is basically putting a towel on the wall and running your arm up and down the wall to help stretch it. And I was determined I wanted to get it at least up to my head height. It was so hard to push it, so I was grunting and groaning and cursing, and I don't know what all I was doing, but I was so angry at my arm. And you were going, "Are you okay?" Yes, I'm just angry at this arm. Or as Daniel said, you were having an argument with your arm. Yes, I was.
And Daniel's your physical therapist.
Daniel is my physical therapist, and he has been wonderful. He knows how to encourage me, how to push me when I need it, how to back off when I don't want it. I mean, sometimes I have a golf club in my hand or a stick or something, and they're for therapeutic reasons, but there are times when it hurts or I get so angry, and I, have said, I'm going to slug you with this. But now I'm to the point where I'm, okay, let's go. Push me. What am I doing next?
Or sooner or later, you've got to be able to hold a selfie stick.
That's true. Well, my motivation right now, and I think what made me so angry last night, or determined, really, this fierce determination, was that I was listening to a handbell choir, the Raleigh Ringers, and I really want to be able to ring handbells again, and I want to be able to play piano again, and I wasn't really sure I was going to be able to with this range of motion, and so I just kind of decided last night, I'm going to do this. And we're back at the rig. Now the test is, can I put it in park? Because this is different motion. Pulling it down was easy. Pushing it up still hurts. So I'm gonna have to do that left-handed for a little bit. But that will come eventually. So let me see what I can reach. I can reach some of the things over here, not everything. About halfway across. So that's better than I could do before. That's as high as I can reach, so I can't get to the rear view mirror. So
This was your first drive on the road.
first drive in 8 weeks. Yes.
Regaining freedom up to a large extent.
Yeah. And you know how independent I am, so this makes me really happy. So let's go do some laundry.
Sounds good. We're with Glenn Thompson, physical therapist extraordinaire.
Wouldn't go that far.
How to start this.
My abuser for the day is what it is.
That would go that far.
Yeah.
How far out from your surgery are you, Kathy?
I think
10 weeks in one day.
or yesterday was 10 weeks, wasn't it? Wow. And I hated these pulleys. The first time I did them, I cried. It was so awful. It hurt so bad. And now, I don't know if I'd say I like them, but I like them better than I did the first day.
Try not to shrug your shoulder.
I'm really feeling that on my elbow. I'm pulling it in, aren't I? Okay. Oh, do it again. I just felt it. Yeah.
Felt it go forward.
Yeah, I
There you
did.
go. How's it feel?
It's fine so far. Not ready to hit you yet.
Let's avoid the hitting of the therapist.
No, I'll pay money for
He's
see
he's
that,
over.
yeah.
He's on this side though. I can hit him.
If he gets within
Wouldn't that
reach.
be part of his training anyway?
It is part
I
of
want to see you punch Glenn's. I drove all the way out here. I want to see him take a shot.
It's really fun. I believe you.
It actually feels good.
Good.
He can change that.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said anything.
You said that actually feels good, like it doesn't normally.
No, it doesn't, because I've got, I don't know if it's like scar tissue or something in there that just like keeps me from doing this. And it's very frustrating.
Still very early on. Even though it doesn't.
What's the purpose of this exercise, Glenn?
I'm stretching the capsule that surrounds the joint right now. She has a lot of restriction inside the joint and not necessarily stretching the rotator cuff as much as I am the capsule surrounding the joint itself. If I was going to get more into the muscle and the tissue, I would take her more into an anatomical plane and take her into that. But this is a movement we don't do naturally.
Yeah, relax, 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 relax,
Well,
relax.
it's hard to.
It is.
Your natural response when you feel something that hurts is to try to run away from it.
Oh, when someone's trying to hurt you, I mean, it's.
Oh, I'm not trying to hurt you.
Yes, you are.
If I was trying to hurt you, you'd be speaking a different language right now.
I'm confessing to everything.
You noticed what happens when she talks?
What? I relax?
You relax so much
Good.
better.
I'm not thinking about it. Oh, man, I'm feeling that.
Yeah, I know. I love you, you love me.
I'm awful close to your face.
Yes, I know.
If you have the strength to hit him, he would appreciate it. Okay, what are we doing here?
We're going to go at about a 45-degree angle, going up this way, and the goal is to stretch with that same rotation that I was giving her just a few minutes ago. And she'll love it about as much as the way I was doing it with her just a second ago.
What are you feeling, Kathy?
Pain.
And I'm not doing it.
No. And my left leg is tightening. I don't know what's going on with that, but it's compensation for something. The other. Go to the arm bike. All right.
Because what's happening is you're cheating so much with your upper trap.
Yeah.
You're letting this do one of these numbers versus let this muscle activate here. So activate here, squeeze, squeeze. Okay. Squeeze, now go. And now work its way back down. Doing it right one time is better than doing it wrong 100 times. Thumbs up. Just try to get to right here. Hands the same height as your shoulder. Without shrugging.
Watching that shoulder.
Watch that right shoulder the whole time. Down. Don't force it, because the more you force it, the more you're training that muscle to kick in.
So are we doing both arms or just the one?
Both.
Okay.
This one helps retrain this one while watching yourself.
Okay. So this is week 12 post-op from my surgery, and I just had my 12-week visit with my surgeon. Not where I'm supposed to be. Good news and bad news. The good news is that my rotator cuff and bicep, all that stuff really is fixed, healed, good to go. The bad news is that I have developed adhesive capsulitis, and which means it's stopping me. This is why I have not been able to get full range of motion in my arm. What is adhesive capsulitis? Well, essentially it's tissues in this case it's in my arm, and there are tissues that have adhered or stuck together, and they're not supposed to stick together, and so they become like a rock, and then it keeps me from being able to move. And so the purpose of doing the therapy is to try and break those tissues up so that my arm can move again. And Pokey says, yes, Pokey wants me to get better, don't you, baby? Yeah. Okay, so that's what adhesive capsulitis is. And supposedly once it breaks up, you're good to go. Solutions for this, he has recommended that we really push the therapy, and I'm supposed to, aggressively push this and try and break the stiffness and the adhesions up. And I have physical therapy this afternoon, and so we are going to have to really push on this, and it's probably going to hurt like heck. If this doesn't work, as long as I continue to make progress and continue to get some more range of motion, I'm okay. But he said if we stop and I just can't get any more, then we're going to have to move on to a steroid shot. Worst case scenario is to be like put under, and then he just basically cracks my arm and breaks it all up. That is a last resort. I've got to follow up with him again in 4 weeks, so I have 4 weeks to push this like crazy and see what I can come up with. And just as a note, this has nothing to do with like a lack of me doing physical therapy like I'm supposed to, because I have been doing exactly what I need to be doing. This is just something that has developed as an aside from the surgery. He said this doesn't happen very often, but he said it's completely separate from the surgery and the rotator cuff, because all that stuff has just healed beautifully. Well, I'm going on 13 weeks of post-op for my surgery, and I believe this is going to be my final entry on this surgery video, as today was my last day of physical therapy. And that's not because I have full range of motion, because I don't, but this adhesive capsulitis is keeping me from having full range of motion, but it's not something that's going to be easily fixed or cured with physical therapy. I pretty much need to do exercises and just daily activities at home, and it's just going to take time. So I decided that today would just be my last day. They gave me a certificate of completion and rang the bell for me, so I got applauded for my final day. They do that for everyone. So my plan is to just keep up with physical therapy exercises at home, and we do have a gym membership at Planet Fitness, and so I can do exercises there to try and keep the arm going loose and moving, and hopefully break up some of this capsulitis that's going on. But I really want to thank the folks at Benchmark Physical Therapy. Sorry, we're making a turn here. I want to thank the folks at Benchmark Physical Therapy in Crossville, Daniel and Ryan and Glenn. You guys were fantastic, and you got me through the whole surgery, the therapy part of it, and I really appreciate that, and your continued support, that I could call and still ask questions if I need to during the next several months or whenever I need to. So thanks guys, and thanks for watching this video on the surgery. Hopefully we won't have any more surgery videos for a long time. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and leave any comments or questions below. And be sure to subscribe to our channel. It's free. Once you have subscribed, click the bell icon to be notified when we post a new video. Thanks for watching.